Hello, everybody. My name is Shaz. I'm new to Toronto and I planned on making a Toronto slash Canada video series. And I wanted to start in 2021, but I think there's an important topic that I can cover, and that is that Toronto is going to go into lockdown for 28 days. And I want to cover what that means. I guess at some point the government will remove the description of these things, but it will remain in video as a form of record keeping. So I'm going to go through the lockdown list. So we're going to be in what they call the gray zone. And here's what applies: no indoor organized public events and social gatherings except for people in the same household. Limit for outdoor organized public events and social gatherings. Okay, so 10 people are allowed outdoors. For weddings, funerals, and other religious services, 10 people indoors, 10 people outdoors. This is a big one. For restaurants and bars and food establishments, no indoor and outdoor services. You can only take out or I guess drive through. Gyms are closed except for professional athletes. Meeting spaces are prohibited except for day camps for children, substance abuse counseling, court services, government services, mental health support services. Another big impact: retail is open, but you can't go inside a store. Curbside pickup is allowed. You can go inside supermarkets, grocery stores, convenience stores, hardware stores, beer, wine, and liquor stores, pharmacies, and safety supply stores, but there must be 50% capacity. Outdoor markets are permitted. Malls are open, but the retail outlets are permitted to be open for pickup or delivery only. Some businesses are allowed to be open in malls, like pharmacies and dentists. Food courts remain open, but for takeaway only. As far as I know, it was like that before. Casinos are closed. Cinemas are closed, except for drive-in cinemas. I don't know of any drive-in cinemas in Toronto. There probably are some. Performing arts closed, except maybe drive-in, if that exists. Amusement parks closed. Water parks closed. Bathhouses and sex clubs closed. I didn't know sex clubs were a thing. Boarding kennels and stables are permitted to be open for animals owners to visit. Campgrounds, it seems that they are kind of closed except for persons who are living there. Cannabis remains open, but for curbside pickup and delivery. Driving instruction is not permitted in person. It is permitted virtually, but I don't know how useful that is. So you can't do driving practice, I guess. I'm not sure if you can do driving tests, they didn't say. Domestic cleaning and maintenance services are permitted. So housekeepers, cooks, maids, nanny services, babysitters, house cleaning, pool cleaning, those things are allowed still. Horse racing is not allowed except for training. No spectators. Hotels and motels can operate, but no pools, no fitness centers, no meeting rooms, no rec rooms. Libraries are open for curbside pickup. Marinas and boating clubs permitted to operate for fuel supply, repairs, servicing. Golf courses are open outdoors but closed indoors. And basically, if it's indoors, it's closed. Film and television services are allowed, but no audiences. Motorsports closed. Museums closed. Nightclubs open, but only if they operate as a restaurant, bar, or other food and drink establishment. So not really as a nightclub. In-person personal services are not permitted, such as personal shoppers, wedding planners, party planners, personal organizers, personal Physical fitness trainers and house sitters are not permitted. Photography services and studios are closed. Real estate agencies are open, but only by appointment. This one is a big one. Short-term rentals, which means Airbnb will be affected. Existing reservations as of November 22nd are to be honored, but no new reservations after November 22nd, except for persons who are in need of housing. So if you're coming to Canada and you need a place to stay, you should be able to get a short-term rental. Or if you're just living in short-term rentals and you just need a place to stay, you should be able to get one. But this does not apply to hotels, motels, lodges, resorts, and other shared rental accommodation. Strip clubs are open but only permitted to operate as a restaurant, bar, food and drink establishments similar to nightclubs. Tour and guide services are closed. Some animal services are permitted, such as vet services, farms, boarding kennels, stables, animal shelters, research facilities, training and provision of services for animals, pet grooming services, pet sitting services, pet walking services, which I think are kind of a big thing in Toronto. So those are permitted. Zoos and aquariums are closed. Drive-through events are permitted. And they can operate to care for the animals. So that's the entire list in order. A lot of things are restricted now, and I think there will be a big impact on small businesses, even medium businesses, and persons who work in retail, because retail will now, in most cases, not allow persons to enter. So a difficult 28 days will be ahead. There have been protests by anti-maskers in Toronto, which certainly doesn't help the situation. Everyone needs to do what the government recommends so that we can get out of this and start building the economy again, because I think Canada has taken a big hit. Toronto in particular, because it's so dense and a lot of people live here, a lot of people work here. Now the unemployment I expect is a lot more than it used to be. I think a lot of people are doing things like Uber Eats deliveries, but I will do a separate video on that. So these are the restrictions we're going to have moving into Monday, and it will last for 28 days. I might give some updates in between, but I will definitely be preparing some videos about Toronto and Canada from January. I will try to make them weekly, and hopefully they will get better with time. So I'm starting with $0 budget, and this is the start. Personal artwork, and hopefully things will improve in 2021 with vaccines and I guess improvements to the economy. It's difficult living in Toronto during the pandemic, but still a great place to live. I really love it here and I want to make it work. I'm gonna do this video series to help anyone who wants to come to Toronto or wants to come to Canada. So subscribe and you'll hear more from me soon.